And sorry for the technical difficulties. I know I had some of y'all in here, and then for some reason my camera ended up going back to the HP camera, the computer camera or whatnot. But I am back. I'm on the scene. Yeah, Arion Carter is back. He is back. I didn't expect for him to come back after what I heard this morning, that basically the two mutual parties wasn't seeing eye to eye. So that's why when I came out with the video, this past video that I did earlier, well, the last video I came out with, I basically talked about how, hey, this wasn't going to work out. I guess they're going to go ahead and part ways. He's going to go his way. Tennessee's going to go their way. And somehow they were able to work it out, get him back into the fold with the Tennessee Volunteers. I know I stated that, I wasn't going to talk about him anymore because, he wasn't in the locker room. He wasn't with the team. But he's here. He's back in Tennessee. And what I was reading was the reason why he didn't come back to Tennessee, because I guess he felt like there wasn't a roster spot available. But evidently, a roster spot was there for him for the taking. And I mean, right now, this roster, just this linebacker room with Amari Campbell, Edwin Spillman, Jaden Perlotti, Jaden Harmon, TJ White, Braden Rouse, Jordan Burns, Ben Bolton, even Jeremiah T. Lander. I know everybody say he's slow as molasses. I mean, he is, but still, but just to get Arion Carter back, and I mean a healthy Arion Carter. We need a healthy Arion Carter, because without a healthy one, then what's the point, at this point? But how do y'all feel about this, man? Like, golly, yeah, this defense is looking stacked. I mean, Jim knows. I know somebody has stated, that, the guys from Penn State, that was the reason why, they got fired, because of that defense. Understand, that was Jim Knowles' first season. Not too many players are going to learn that type of defense, that scheme within 1 year. But in this second year, with those guys coming to Tennessee and they're used to what he already has shown them, then it makes it easier for every position that's out there, from the defensive end, from the edge rushers, the linebackers, cornerbacks, you name it. There's going to be help across the board. And I think this defense can get at least back into the top 20, if not top 15. I'd say, in a different universe, or a perfect universe, you want them top 10, top 5, understandably. But if we can get back to top 20, top 15 to compare to what we were this season, then I'm all for it. And even talk about that Penn State defense. Understand something. That Penn State defense, I think they were like in the top 25, if I'm not mistaken. But they wasn't giving up a lot of points like we were either. So there was some good that happened. It's just that offensively, they were done. After that UCLA game, it was a wrap. Once their starting quarterback went out, it was a wrap. Their best game after that was against Indiana. That was it. But this is crazy. I'll tell you, man, this transfer portal, NIL, last 24 to 48 hours is crazy. Just college football right now in the state that it's in is crazy. You don't know what's going to happen. You have people flipping, committing, flipping. They flipping the transfer portal. As you can see, that's what happened to us. Gavin Freeman, he committed, and then what'd he do? He flipped. He went back out wherever he went. He went to Baylor, if I'm not mistaken. Walter Mathis Jr., I heard he had committed to the coaches. But there's a difference between committing to coaches and putting pen to paper. Those are two totally different things. And you can say all you want to the coaches, but if you don't sign that on the dotted line and cross your T's and dot your I's, then you can go somewhere else. Somebody could call you and be like, hey, we got something better for you. And that's what happened with Walter Mathis Jr. He dipped out. There's a lot of players that's doing it. Man, I go on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, almost every single day. And I go under Haynes Fawcett. I go under Pete Nakos. I look at all those those channels and whatnot. And somebody's always flipping. Somebody committing. Next thing you know, no, I don't want to be there. I'm going to go ahead and flip. You've had a quarterback went to Nebraska, and then he left Nebraska, and where did he go? I don't even remember where he went. It's just crazy. The state of college football, as I stated before, it's no longer your mom and pop's college football anymore. This is a new era. They need to come up with a CBA. They need to come up with some rules, some type of what you call it. They just need to have just stuff put in place to where it can't just be wild, wild west. As I stated before, it was 3,500 players in the portal. Hell, there ain't even 3,500 teams. There was 3,500 players in the portal. Can you believe that? And half of them, hell, probably ain't going anywhere. If not, half of them probably ain't even found a home yet. That's what's crazy. There's not even 3,500 colleges, especially in the FBS, hell, the FCS, and you got 3,500 players. What's going on, Rhonda? How you doing today? That's crazy. Now this, 1 minute Arion Carter goes off to the NFL. 1 minute Arion Carter, the next thing you know, I'm talking about at the witching hour, was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out for me in the NFL. So let me go ahead and get back in the portal. And then at that point, and I ain't even said this on the last couple of videos about Arion Carter. I want to be truthful to y'all since y'all on here. I failed to mention this. When I saw him get back in that transfer portal, I had a what the F moment. I was like, what you mean? You mean to tell me you did all that for this? Yeah, I was on that type of time too. But then I had time to sleep on it. Because if I would have got on when it happened, oh yeah, I would have been off the charts myself, because I would have been like, man, what are we doing here? But then, I had time to sit back and I had to, kind of realize I like, okay, he tried to do something for himself, what was best for business, and things of that nature. And the way I found out tonight was I was on my other, with my podcast guys, wrestling podcast that we do on Sundays. We go live at 5:00 every Sunday. It's called Beyond the Bell, if y'all interested, if y'all wrestling fans. But I had, right towards the end of our show, I was looking, I went on my phone for some reason. I was like, what in the world? I said, what are you doing? What are you doing back? And no, matter of fact, it wasn't the show. Somebody had commented on the video I had put out today, and they stated that, he recommitted. And I was like, what you mean? And in my mind, I'm like, what you mean recommitted? And that's when I found out, and I was like, wow, so he didn't, that's just what it is. Okay, all right. From what I've seen, linebacker Braden Rouse was getting serious praise during the Polynesian Bowl. Yes, he was. He was actually MVP of practice number 2. Yeah, and he's definitely, and he picked off a quarterback in one of the practices. So yeah, he's definitely a dude. And then on top of that, he played offense and defense at his high school. So he has an eye for the ball, just playing on the offensive end on his team. Oh yeah, I already know, Rhonda, because you was talking about it. You was like, hey, I would love for him to come back. I would love for him, to be a volunteer once again. If not, hey, we were all, for selfish reasons, we're all like, man, well, we hope he comes back to Tennessee. If not, and he goes somewhere else. But as I stated, I'm standing on business. If he would have went somewhere else, I wasn't gonna cheer for him. Just wasn't, because you're part of the opposition now. So that's just what it is with me. Now, off the field, hey, after between them 4 quarters, before them 4 quarters, all right. After that, okay. But in the middle of that, no, we're not friends. I don't know you like that. I'm not a fan. That's just what it is. But crazy times. Me and my orange lenses have a hard time with it. With it's just business. I'm so old school. Yeah, I agree, and I am too. I've come up in that era of, you work hard, you compete, you earn your spot. You don't get on the first train smoking or the first plane flying because something may not have went your way, or dude over here getting paid more money than me. And even back then, we were getting paid. I mean, not me personally, but they were getting paid, but it was illegal and it was under the table. Boosters and all were paying them. We know this. A lot of those guys got paid. You just don't walk on, like back in, what was that? I want to say it was 96. I'm not going to say the name of the player, but you're just not going to be on campus with a brand new Lexus just riding through and you just having a good time. Come on now. You know what I mean? So, but that's been the thing. It's just now it's legal. But when it became legal, it was wild, wild west, But as I stated before, these guys don't want to earn their spot. There's no T. Martins that had to wait a couple years before he had his opportunity. And what did he do at his opportunity? He went undefeated and won a national championship and the SEC championship. Look at Peyton Manning. You know, he had to wait on well, you had Todd Helton, and then you had oh my gosh. Well, I can't think of my man's name. He played against UCLA and he got hurt. Somebody help me. Please, somebody help me. Well, I can't think of his name. But Peyton Manning had to, you know, he had to wait in the wings, like all these quarterbacks back in the day, to get their opportunity. It didn't matter what position it was. Now, somebody can just call you and be like, hey, man, I'll give you a shot. Man, I know you probably going to start for 2-3 years because you know so-and-so in front of you. Man, I know you want to play and I know you that dude. So, hey, why don't you come here and play with us? And I'll pay you this and I'll get your sister to come in on an NIL deal and put her on scholarship and she can transfer too. And, man, I'll give you an Adidas deal and I'll give you all these things, man. You know what I'm saying? Just I know you signed a 2-year deal at Duke. I know you signed a 2-year deal at Duke, but so what? We need a quarterback, and we got everything that you need and everything that you want. That's the problem now. That's where it is. You know, the loyalty, there's some that's loyal, there's some that's not. But what we all have to understand is most of these guys are loyal to the coach, but they're not loyal to the brand. They're not loyal to the program. They came because so-and-so went to their house or went to their games and called them every single day. They built that rapport with that guy. But as far as the brand is concerned, there's not none of these. Most of these players, I'm not gonna say all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them, but I'll say some of these players. Yes, they grew up Tennessee fans. Some of these other players, they probably grew up fans of other teams. But did that team that they grew up liking call them? Did they give them an opportunity? No, they didn't. So what did they do? They went to the first or second, third team that contacted them, that stayed on the line with them, that came to their high schools, watched their games, invited them to the campuses, invited them to junior days. That's who they paid attention to. So it was more of the coach than the brand. So sometimes we may feel a certain way about certain players that, you know, they leave and they're like, well, dang, you know, I thought it was Tennessee, or I thought it was Georgia, or I thought it was Alabama, or I thought it was, you know, the Mississippi Bobcats or whatever. And it's not like that. They wasn't loyal. It wasn't the Power T. It wasn't the Bulldog. It wasn't the Tiger that brought them to that school. It was the coach. That's why you see a lot of these players, when these coaches leave, like Alex Golesh, when he left and went to Auburn, who did he bring with him? Quarterback, wide receiver, and somebody else. Because why? They were loyal to the coach, not to South Florida. So that's the state we're in right now. But yeah, there's no more, you know, earning your way. Shoot, Ty Simpson probably the last person. Honestly, understand Ty Simpson was at what? He went through two quarterbacks. He went through Bryce Young and he went through Mildew. What's his name? Him. You know who I'm talking about. He went through that. He waited for those two quarterbacks to get out of there, and then he started. And you know, look what happened. Now he's going in the NFL. So it's possible. You just got to put in the work. You just got to wait your turn sometimes. But we're in a society now where nobody's waiting anymore. They're not doing that anymore. No, I want my time and I want it now. I mean, if you're that dude, then go get your time. That's it. If you're that guy, then you will be the starter. That's it. But you're not that guy. There's something that you're missing, whether it's you're missing an assignment on the field, whether it's the way you prepare for a game, whether it's the way you look at film and what you can dissect and what you cannot dissect. There's a lot of things that go into you actually getting on the field. We look at Hendon Hooker. We can go back to him. Hendon Hooker, he was what? He didn't even get to start. He was not even the starter. It took a freak accident, you know, on Joe Milton for him to start. And what did he do after that? Shoot, it was history after that. Some guys, they may not be great practice players, but when those lights turn on, they're the best thing going. Whereas you got some guys that are great practice players and the lights come on and shit, they're deer in headlights. That's just what it is. You got to perform. So let me see. I work in a school system, and I can tell you that is the mentality now. Yeah, it is. You know, they want instant gratification. You know what I mean? They want it now. You know, we in a microwave society. You want it now. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to take the time to season your food up and, you know what I mean, let it marinate for about 24 to 48 hours. And then after that, the next day, you know, put it on the grill or put it in the oven. You know, you don't want that anymore. What you want? You want to get you a steamable vegetable bag. So you can just put it in the microwave and let it steam up for 6, 7 minutes. And then what happens when it gets out? Hell, you got to doctor it so much, you think you're playing Operation just to even make it taste good. Seriously. You know what I mean? It's not fresh, really. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is right now. But man, this story with Arion Carter is wild by itself. Like I said this morning, I thought, as far as I knew, and I heard it was a done deal. He wasn't coming back. And then all of a sudden, once again, the midnight hour, the witching hour, here we are. So this, like I said, this linebacker room is sick. It really is. And if TJ White and Braden Rawson come in and become who I think they can become, and Jaden Perlotta continues to elevate his game along with Jaden Harmon, do y'all see Jeremiah Telander even starting this year? Or is he a backup? A guy that was a starter. Do y'all see him being on the bench and being a depth piece? Hell, for all we know, he might be just a coach with a shoulder pads on. Really? Do you think the talent would go down in the NFL? The talent already went down in the NFL, especially in the secondary. Nobody turns their head around anymore. Everybody do this. Everybody do this now, and then wonder why the flag come out. You know how many times these DBs can have about 10, 11, 12 interceptions, or just don't get the ball doesn't get thrown to their side. There's a lot of that going on. That part of the position has been watered down for years, and they learned that in college. I don't really watch too many high school football. Take that back. I've been watching a lot lately on YouTube. They've been showing a lot of games on YouTube, like the whole games now. And yeah, they do the same thing. And they're getting that probably from colleges and NFLs. Nobody turns their head around. Jamar McCoy was good because if you notice, when he picked off passes, he always had his head on the swivel. Those days of having their head on the swivel, those days are over with. They just hit you in the back of the head. That could have been an interception. Take it back for 7. You don't know. Take it back for 6. I'm a Titans fan. Agreed. Yeah. Well, you know, hey, so check this out. I'm a Titans fan. I am. But in heart, I'm a Washington Commanders fan. And I've been a Washington Commanders fan since, 82? But at that time, Nashville didn't have a team. Chattanooga didn't have a team. And a lot of people in Chattanooga, they like the Falcons. But me, I lived in D.C., or I lived there for a couple of years. And my mom, and I probably had said this before on the live before, my mom was she tried out to be a cheerleader for the Redskins at the time. And one of her friends actually was married to one of the players. So when we would go over their house, he would be over there. He got his helmet. He had everything, all the stuff that he had, trophies and stuff. So that's how I became a Washington fan. But when Nashville, when the Titans finally came, I became a Titan fan. And, I would love to have them, win a Super Bowl for the city. But, hey, who knows? So I was a Dolphins Marino fan before the Titans. See, we didn't have nobody. It was Knoxville or bust. That's what it was. It was the Tennessee Vols or bust. No Fandy Commodores, none of that. We're not doing that. So, but yeah, man. So this is I'm very interested to see what this defense looks like. Oh, by the way, yeah, we did get a quarterback, Ryan Staub. Yeah, I seen him play this season. Yeah, he had one decent game. I think he came in for Caden Salter and them and Julian Lewis. I think Caden Salter, somebody got hurt and he came in and he started because that's when, Deion was having issues with quarterbacks. But let's face it, Colorado got issues all across the board. But anyway, enough of them. But yeah, Ryan Staub, he committed to the University of Tennessee. Isaiah, I think his name is Harger, wide receiver out of Colorado as well. He committed to the University of Tennessee. So we got a quarterback. I think it's going to be a 3-way competition. Now, if Joey does get that decision to where he gets one more year of eligibility, does he come back to Tennessee? Do we have, 5 quarterbacks? Hey, listen. I mean, y'all go put some respect on Mason Phillips' name. You got to put some respect on it. I know he's not going to ever start in life, but Jesus, he's on the roster. Give that man some love. Give him some love. Give Mason. You know what? I'm going to give me a Mason Phillips jersey, and I'm going to put Phillips on the back. Yeah, I'm going to go give me a Mason. I need to see what number he has. Yeah, that's how bad it is. Jesus, he's so far down. But if Joey Aguilar does come back, I know a lot of fans are talking about, riding with the G-Mac train and things of that nature, and it's warranted. I think when we talk about NIL and people not getting or people not working to get that opportunity, we have a guy here that's working to get that opportunity. We have a guy here that took it upon himself to bring his players, his wide receivers, his skill position players down to Miami, and throw, and throw routes and get acclimated with each other and get that rapport, get that brotherhood, that family feel that they always talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it's good on him because that gives him a leg up in whatever competition that may come about. But that shows his leadership, his true leadership, on with this team. And I think the guys, they love GMAC. I've seen GMAC play at Brentwood Academy. He is that guy. He is that dude. In regards to the weight, yeah. If I saw one guy, he commented and he stated that, remember back in '85, we had Tony Robinson. If you're old enough to remember Tony Robinson, he was a dude and he ended up getting hurt, I want to say in the Alabama game during that year, and he only weighed like $185, maybe $180, if that. And even back then you had the likes of Cornelius Bennett, Derek Thomas coming after you. So, what's the difference from back then compared to now? Now they're much bigger, they're much faster, and yes, they definitely hit harder. But that's what your offensive line is for. And George got wheels now. Now he'll get out the pocket and he'll get out. But what is the difference? I think if he can at least give me 200. If you can get the 200 pounds, I'm good with that. 6'6", 200, can get the ball out the hand real quick, can run if he needs to. I'm good with GMAC. But we'll see. There's a lot of factors that are definitely going to, go. There's going to be a lot of factors taking place during this offseason in regards to the offense. Now, skill positions, you're set. Legit dogs that are going to be in that room, in that wide receiver room. Like when I look at it right now, in that room as we speak, you have Braylon Staley. Of course, he came off an amazing season. Mike Matthews, amazing season. Then you have Rodarius Jackson, Travis Smith Jr., Tristan Keys, Tyreek King. I think Tyreek King going to be the wild card. I think he's going to be phenomenal, sneaky phenomenal. And then, of course, you have Joakim Dotson, Carson. Well, I don't know Carson Whitehead. Oh, he's a redshirt senior. And then you got a Jack Henry, Jacobic, redshirt junior, Nathan Roberts, redshirt junior, Malcolm Kinzer, redshirt sophomore, freshman Ben Peterman, and Deion Harden. I'm pretty sure those guys may not get any burn, probably just during the spring game, honestly. But Braylon Staley, Mike Matthews, Rodarius Jackson, Trevor Smith Jr., Tristan Keys, Tyreek King, Joakim Dotson. Yeah, we got dudes. And then, of course, at the running back position, we got Deshaun Bishop, DeJuan Morris, Javin Gordon out of Tulane. He just committed to the University of Tennessee. Justin Baker and Hunter Barnes. Now, I've seen Justin Baker play. I don't know if y'all really know. I know, he doesn't get a lot of burn out there, but I saw him play at Buford, and he's a dude. He is a dude. He's a guy that can really, run that ball, really run that rock. I'm very excited to see what he might be able to do this season. Who knows? Hey, thank you very much, G Black One. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that's another thing. I want to thank everybody, man, just for y'all support. And I know I've said it before, but it's surreal. It really is surreal how many people are supporting this channel and supporting me, Blackout Jones. I must be doing something good. I'm just real to the core. I don't hold no punches. I don't sugarcoat for anyone. When we have discussions, and you may like it, you may not like it, but guess what? I'm not going to hold that against you. whatsoever. We all got an opinion. We're all entitled to our opinions. We're all entitled to our feelings. And I'm going to continue to point that out because, what's the point of getting upset with somebody? That's just their opinion. I ain't got no issue with that. I have my opinion. We're all in this together. Seriously. We're all Tennessee fans. The best fans in the world, the best fans in the country. And I'm going to continue to say the best fans in the SEC. Understand that. Understand that. Every Saturday, we're the best. We're the loudest. We're the freshest because our orange and white is just so clean and the all black is just so mean. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. We're just that fan base. And we always look good when we step out, regardless. So yeah, like with the Arion Carter situation. Hey, I ain't had no qualms about what anybody said. Shoot, that's your opinion. That's how you feel. And either or, it's fair. If you feel like he's not this, that's fair. If you feel like he's not this, that's fair. That's you. That's your opinion. I have no issues with that whatsoever. But yeah. Man, yeah, I had to jump on here live. I really did because this is crazy. The state of college football is crazy as a whole. You got Miami out here spending $30 million. They're a 30 million team. 30 million team. We already know what Ohio State was paying last year. They was what, 28 million? Like these teams are really putting in the money. It doesn't make ends. And what does that look like for high school? Like you still got to recruit from the high school level. Still got to recruit from there. But see, that's where, another school, I'm going to name a name. So that's where Colorado went wrong. So you wanted to be a transfer portal team. And where does that transfer portal team get you? Nowhere. And now that you don't have who you don't have anymore, yeah, the fruits of no labor, that's what it looks like. You ain't put the work in, So this is what you get. And also with the transfer portal, man, continuity can play a major role as well. Unlike teams of old where it was nothing but continuity. And then the rules are different. If you transfer, what happened? You had to sit out a year. If you transfer within the SEC, you had to sit out 2 years. So and then coaches wasn't really trying to let you go. But let's not let the coaches off the hook. This is why we here where we at now. Because they just pick and choose. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the bowl game, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave before the bowl game, or like some people that we know that we do not like here at the University of Tennessee, especially at just shooting the sports. You have a team that was actually playing in the playoff, and that coach decided, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to LSU. Yeah, and I'm gonna take my staff with me too. Just luckily, let them stay, but that's crazy work. But a troll is a troll. That's what they do. But anyway, man, look, what y'all want to talk about? Hey, I'm just here. What y'all want to talk about? Y'all got time? I know it's Sunday. I know if you have any kids, I'm probably pretty sure they're out of school tomorrow. Technically, I'm not even off work, but you know what? I'm not going in. Go figure. And then speaking of work, there'll be times I'll be sitting at work and I'll be wanting to post stuff. I really do. But I can't because I'm at work. That 9 to 5 get to you. And then sometimes when it is some breaking news, I just leave. Go home. And I'll record. I'm late. Ball for life solidified. GBO God works in mysterious ways. Bob, I couldn't agree with you more. He does. He does, and he continues to. He definitely showed up and showed out on this one. He did. But yeah, when I'm at work, yeah, and breaking news come, man, I'm out. But I kind of got leeway like that too with what I do. So, I used to record in my car a lot. I used to call it Impala Studios. Yeah, that's what I called it back in the day. But Impala Studios is a little down right now, a little sick, if you will. So I'm going in Impala Studios. It needs some interior work. Yeah, the sunroof, the piece that covers the sunroof to let the sun in, it ripped. So it's just been hanging down like somebody's butt sitting on it. I feel like I have a butt on my head every day. But I'm getting that fixed shortly. That's coming up. I already got it scheduled. So we'll go ahead and get that done. Like I said, you keep it real. Hey, That's all I can do, Rhonda. I try my best. You know, I don't try to, hey, like I said, I don't sugarcoat for nobody. You know, what Mills Lane used to say. Who remember Mills Lane? I'm firm, but I'm fair, or am I fair, but I'm firm? I don't know which one, but it correlates with the same. I don't know. Can't remember. Anyway, man, look, I got 33 people in here, 19 likes, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I don't care how many people in here. Hey, you're in here, you're watching. That's all that's all I care about. And I care about, and I also care about everybody's well-being. I had a show, and Rhonda can attest to this. I had a show called Mental Mondays that I would do every Monday. And then once the transfer portal kicked off, I just stopped doing it. So I'm gonna try to get back to that. Yeah, so you got to keep the homeboys on the team. We all we got. Man, you ain't lying, Andre. Andre Sutton, where you from, man? Because I know an Andre Sutton. I went to high school with an Andre Sutton. I wonder if you the same Andre Sutton that I remember. Just get rid of T-Lander, please. Well, don't worry about it. He got there's something warmed and ready for him to sit on. I'm honest, and I'm not trying to be funny. But the talent that we have coming in, not only from a transfer portal aspect, but from just a complete roster aspect, yeah. And Jim Knowles ain't gonna deal with that. Jim Knowles ain't gonna deal with no slowpoke. He just not. This ain't the regime of old. It's not. This is, hey man, if you can't get to this scheme and you can't Chattanooga, yeah, I'm Chattanooga too. Well, born in Nashville, raised in Chattanooga. You didn't go to Brainerd, did you? Hold on. Wait a minute. You didn't go to BHS, did you? Oh, because I know I went to school with an Andre Sutton. But yeah, man. So yeah, T-Lander, I hate it for you, man. Hey, look, we appreciate you. We appreciate y'all your hard work. We you know what I'm saying, we love you, man. We, hey, Vol for life. Gonna always be that, but I'm not the only one that think you're slow. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people out here. I'm talking about I mean, we're all important. We're all important people. But yeah, even they think you're slow as well. I'm talking about like the Ball Quest and all those guys. So you did go to BHS. Okay. Man, that's what's up, bro. Yeah, I came out in 95. Yeah, I'm telling my age. Yeah, look at my beard. Shoot. It's salt and pepper. But yeah, I came out in 95. Yeah. So you probably know T Fields, shoot, everybody. I know you probably know Little Larry. I know you know Little Larry. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm excited. He's back in the fold. Hey, I don't know what the schematics were. I don't know what the logistics are. I don't know what, how much he got paid. I really want to know what was said. What made him come back to Tennessee? I think he wanted to come back to Tennessee. I do believe that he felt like the roster spot was not there because of the transfer portal and who we received. He said, I came in 95 too. So I'm from Johnson City. We used to come down in the 90s and play them in basketball. We were good at great. Oh, Science Hill. Oh, you came out that 96. If it's Science Hill, you came out that. Y'all beat us in the state championship that year. Yeah. Yeah. Was it 96? It was 96. What was it, 90? No, 95. I think y'all beat us in 95. Yep, Science Hill. Man, let me tell y'all about Science Hill. If y'all don't know nothing about Science, look, now Brainerd, that's my high school, and I'm gonna give my praise to my high school. We were cold, we were the best in Chattanooga. The years that I was at BHS, we won the state championship in 92 when I was there. And then, I think 93 and 94 was kind of one of those trying to figure it out years. And then 95, my last year, we made it to the state championship and we lost to Science Hill that year. And then 96, Brandon went back, and I want to say in 96, I think they may have lost to Cleveland that year. Yeah, they lost to Cleveland. They lost to the Blue Raiders, I think. Yeah, but Science Hill, man, oh my goodness. That 95 team, 96, man, listen. Me personally, I think that's the best. Look, I think that was the best time. Those years right there, I think it was the best time in Tennessee basketball. There was a lot of teams across that state that balled out. Seriously. I'm talking about the teams from Memphis, teams from, like I said, Johnson City, Chattanooga. Shoot, I want to say Murfreesboro had a squad. I'm not sure. But Nashville had a couple teams, and then, you had and of course, but yeah, me and Lil Larry, we grew up together. Yeah, man, I do remember you, bro. Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna say my real name on here. Yeah, but yeah, I remember you. Sure do, brother. That's what's up, bro, man. I hope everything good with you, man. I really do, man. Yeah, I be telling Lil Larry, hey, I need to come down there and get some of them ribs he be grilling out. For real. Yep, they did. Sure did. Ron Mercer. Yep, I remember that. Oak Hill, yeah, Oak Hill wasn't nothing to play with too. But y'all had a squad though. Y'all had a squad that year, man. Like me and my cousin. I don't know if y'all know him. My cousin CJ Black. He played at the University of Tennessee. But CJ Black played at Brainerd too. And yeah, man, listen, because he was on that. CJ was on that 90. No, was he on that 95 team? Yeah, he was on the 95 team as a freshman. Yeah. But yeah. But I'm gonna try to do an interview with my cousin. I keep telling him, man, we need to do an interview so everybody can know what you got going on, now in life. But yeah, man, Andre Sutton, yeah, I remember you, brother. Yeah, man, it's good to see you, man. Shoot, good to see you on the channel, brother. Yeah, I haven't been home I think last time I went home, God, it's been some months. It's been some months. It was last year sometime I went home. Had to go. I went down. Matter of fact, Brainerd alumni weekend. I was down there. Yeah, hanging out. Yep. So yeah, man. But it's good to see you, man. Appreciate you supporting the channel, brother. Really do. But how everybody else doing out there? Like I said, how y'all feel about the anybody else got anything to say about the Arion Carter situation? Anybody got anything to say about the state of Tennessee football, period? Like, really? Like, what are y'all looking forward to? I ain't gonna say we're looking forward to. What do you feel like what will our ceiling will be next year? Coming in. Now, if GMAC is running the pill, what do y'all think? Or do we need to give it time before we get there? We need to let everything kind of die down, get out of this transfer portal, because understand there's still a National Day signing coming up. There's still I think they're still doing it in February. The one I feel like this. Do y'all feel like the transfer portal is too early? Do you feel like this window, January the 2nd through the 16th, is too early? Or do y'all feel like we need to push? Or do y'all feel like that's early? On top of that, do y'all feel like National Signing Day needs to move from December back to February? Because back in the day, growing up, boy, we anticipated February. Oh my God, that National Signing Day was something to enjoy, something to see. It really was. And it wasn't no situation. You didn't know who was going where back then either. You didn't know who was going where. There wasn't nothing being leaked. There wasn't no Steve Wilfong. There wasn't no On Three. There was no Rivals. There was no Pete Nakos, no Haynes Fawcett. It was just, who is he picking? Who is he picking? Who? Because I don't even remember. Look. About back in that day, I wasn't even following the like them 90s. I wasn't following the who was number one ranked team as far as recruiting was concerned. I wasn't even following recruiting. I just remember, hey, we got a new quarterback. Hey, this guy named Peyton Manning is here. Man, they talking real good about him. But we got Leonard Little. You know what I mean? Or we got, we got T. Martin back here. We got Peerless Price. We got Marcus Nash. We got Joey Kent. You know what I mean? We got Kevin Simon. We got all these guys. Didn't know until you showed up and we started playing. And then all of a sudden, somebody said, man, you know what? I think we can start us like an On Three or Rivals or something. And we can get guys out here to just, they used to be scouts and talk about college football all year and make money off of it. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. And then have guys commit on our show. Yeah, let's do that. And here we are. Let me see. I think a miracle will happen and Joey comes back. If it was just him on the lawsuit, I think it will be handled already. True. It would have been because I think somebody just got a 7-year. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, me too. Hey, that's how I became a fan of Tennessee, man. I told this story. You might have heard it. I told a story where I think I was probably about like 4 or 5 years old, and my mom, she was from my mom was from Philly, right? And that's why I got this well, where is it? That's why I got this tattoo because she had passed away. So I got this tattoo for the when she passed. And my uncle, he had these 3 posters. He had a John Havlicek poster, Boston Celtics poster. Don't know why, because he was a Sixers fan. Weird. And then he had a Penn State poster, which is crazy. We got to understand it was 3 other boys living there too. So they probably had different teams. I don't know. But he had a Tennessee poster, and Johnny Majors was on the cover, and that's how I became a Tennessee fan. It wasn't even the fact I was born in Nashville, but the issue with that was, even though I was born in Nashville, I think I was in Nashville like when I was 3, around 3 or 4. Then my parents split up, and then I ended up moving to DC, and I was there for a couple years. And then I ended up moving to Chattanooga my 2nd grade year, and I was there from the 2nd grade to the 3rd grade. And then I moved to Nashville, was there 4th grade, 5th grade, moved back to Chattanooga 6th grade, moved to Columbia, Maryland 7th grade, and then from 8th grade on out, I was back in Chattanooga. Yeah, so yeah, moving all over the place, That's what happens when your parents split up. Shit all everywhere. But Reggie White was my favorite player, my favorite Tennessee player ever. Oh yeah, Reggie was a beast, man. Howard alumni, the Hustling Tigers, Tennessee, and then we all know what happened. He was one of the greatest, the greatest defensive players in history. You know what I mean? Vols have stupid money, top 3 in the nation in revenue in 2025. Let's load up. And I think they have been loading up, but they've been loading up on that defensive end, though. That's what they've been loading up on, as we can see. We've seen it this transfer portal cycle. We didn't see it too much in the court. Man, how do y'all feel about that court? How the way they handle that quarterback position? Because before it even started, all we heard was they're going to be aggressive. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. And next thing you know, we only had Sam Levitt and Bo Pribula show up. That was it. Yeah, Reggie was a great person. He really was. 304 million, boys. We slowly getting there, boys. What up? What's going on, Marcus? What's going on? What's that? What's going on, Marcus Holloway? What's going on, my brother? Yes, sir. Yeah, I had to go live tonight, man. I wasn't gonna let this pass by. This Arion Carter news wasn't gonna let it pass by worth nothing. But yeah, man. So it's wild. I forgot what I just said. I think they thought Joey was going to get it. Oh, that's what it was. The quarterback position. Yeah, probably. But you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit with you can't sit on your hands, man. You really can't get caught with your pants down. Like you didn't know what it was going to be. And look, we're sitting at now. What the decision is going to be February 10th. Like, yeah, I don't think they were aggressive. I think the plan was, and I said this before, I think GMAC was always the plan. I just felt like it was. I think GMAC was the plan this whole time. Because when Nico messed this whole train up. Yeah, I said his name. Yeah, I know I wasn't supposed to say it, Rhonda. I know. But he messed this whole train up. Because the plan was Nico played another year, maybe go to the pros, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what it would have looked like in the 2nd year of this system? Because we know what it looked like with Hendon Hooker, but he was a different animal. He really was. Yeah, we're gonna have the best linebacker room in the country. Agreed. Let's see, because Diego's situation is exactly the same. Same judge too. Okay. They keep saying that judge is a Alabama alumni. Yeah. Well, he can't let that interfere. Jesus, man, don't be petty. Look, I know Philip Farmer cursed us a long time ago when he went against Alabama. I get it. Yeah, the curse of Philip Farmer. Yeah, whatever. Y'all believe in that? Y'all believe that's part of the downfall of our program? I don't know. But yeah, you had to be aggressive. I think at the time, I think their mindset was, okay, defensively we were trash, we were dumpster juice. We need to focus on that, and we got one of the best defensive coordinators in the country. We need to focus on that, and that's that. And then if a quarterback comes through, yeah, Brendan Sorsby, what he wanted, $5 million 1 year. Nah, I ain't paying that. At the time, I wasn't. But there was 26 quarterbacks out there at the time, 26 top quarterbacks, and then and then before we even thought of trying to get a quarterback, and Sam Levitt, 24, was already off the board. And then after Sam Levitt went on where he went on, it was a who's who at this point of who can we get. And I think they got Ryan Staub, and I think the reason why they got Ryan Staub because they know, and no disrespect to Ryan, but he ain't gonna start. That was an easy get. That's a good backup, a good depth piece. Faison, he's coming out of high school. Hell, who knows? He may shine. But there's going to be in this offense, for whatever reason, they say this offense is very complicated, and you really have to learn where to go with the ball. And definitely, it's like it's a quarterback command type offense. You're running the show. That's it. So we'll see. The best line in the country. TJ Metcalf is that dog, boys. And Quay Mossfield he's a dog too. Don't sleep on Quay. Yeah, I watched all of them. TJ to me looks like another Jacoby Thomas. Do y'all agree? He's a headhunter. He has an eye for the ball, and he will light you up. Just that simple. He'll light you up. It shouldn't take 2 or 3 years to finally work. I'm not going for that. No, I don't think so. I think that's the reason why they brought in who they brought in. Are you talking about on defense? If you're talking about defense, yeah, it shouldn't take that long whatsoever. I think that's the reason why they brought in who they brought in, so they can teach like when I look at, for instance, when I'm looking at the defensive line, you got Xavier Gilliam, who played under this scheme last year. What is he good for? Not only to be another piece, but also teach the others that are not used to that scheme. Then on top of that, you got edge rusher. You got Chaz Coleman. What can he do? He can teach those guys in that position in the edge room, hey, this is how you do it. Then you got Amari Campbell, linebacker. Same thing. They set it up perfectly. And then you have Dwayne Lane. Same thing. Can teach the safeties, hey, this is how this scheme works. So it was very smart, very strategic on how they did it. Good job on their part. So we'll see how that looks. I still think if Joey wins his lawsuit, we will get him back. Yeah, it's just that where is he going to fit? Are they going to make him the starter? Does he want to come back? We're just going to have to see. That's something that we'll find out after February 10th for sure. I'm just glad we got another kicker. Honestly, look, Jack, let me tell you something, Jack Sparrow. Hey, man, Max Gilbert used to have, man, I swear, that boy used to have me walking on eggshells every time he went up there and kicked. I don't know what happened to him. Remember his first year, leading up all the way to the Oklahoma game. He won that Oklahoma game for us as well, especially the defense. But he was so perfect. And then somewhere after that Oklahoma game, it went downhill. And when I say the confidence was shot, the confidence was shot. That man couldn't kick the side of a barn. And definitely when he was at an angle, oh my God, it was the worst. I was like, oh, he's going to either shank it or it's going to go this way. Like that Georgia game, that hurt. We played so good, but once again, that defense got us in that position. Josh Heupel got us in that position too, because let me tell you something. While on that last drive, why would you even run it 3 straight times? Why would you do that? Georgia Bulldogs couldn't stop a nosebleed in the air. Everything was open. They could not cover. And that was the Georgia defense that was leaky, Swiss cheese at best. And you mean to tell me you're going to run it 3 straight times? Then offensive lineman move, then you move 5 back, and then you want to kick it then instead of just run it. Well, hell, you was running anyway. Just run it to the right side and center it up for them. No. You had them kicking at an angle, high pressure situation, Finally, we're in a position to beat the Georgia Bulldogs after 7, 8 long years. And what'd he do? He kicked it in my house. It came through my window. I caught that ball. That's how bad it was. Jesus. But then in the overtime, same way, he make it. I'm like, it's too late now. It's too late now. But then after that, yeah. Oh, and then yeah, that's what I think it might have been the Alabama game. That might have been the one where that confidence was just shot. And he ain't won the same sense. So Arkansas, good luck with that. And Arkansas already got a kicker. Hell, he might not even get the job. But yeah, you're right. I'm definitely glad we got a kicker. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Quay Metcalf and Tulane rotating with Arion Carter and Martin Kevin called him. Yeah, that defense. Yeah, yeah. Why are Americans not punters anymore? Most from Australia in the 80s and 90s. Was that even a thing? No, it wasn't. It's that soccer. It's that football. Yeah, that them boys be bombing. They want them long distance kickers. I don't know. That's a great question. Yeah. I don't know why they start doing that. Maybe it's the rugby style. Because they always talk about the rugby style, in regards to kicking and things of that nature. I mean, I don't know what the difference is. I don't really, I don't know. I don't dive into that. But yeah. Yeah, man, dude, Max Gilbert, yeah. Oh my God. And then they already showing my man kicking the ball, but I'm like, yeah, that's on the tee though. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we need to see pressure situation. Hey, we about to win the national championship, or we about to get rid of a streak, or we about to do something. I need to see what your foot look like then. I don't need to see what your foot like in shit on social media on the video and you kicking off a tee that's holding up the ball for you. And hey, you calm, cool, and collective. No. I need you in a game environment to see if you really that dude. Be like my man when we beat Alabama. Be him. Hell, he even got blocked. And it still went in there like a fucking duck hunt. Oh, excuse my language. Like duck hunt when the bird gets shot out the air. And hey, but it broke a 15-year streak, didn't it? It did. If Tennessee up by 20, Gilbert could kick from 60, but when it mattered, he couldn't kick it from 20. Bob, man, listen. There wasn't no pressure. There's no pressure when you're up by 20. There's no pressure when you're up by 20. My cousin Kobe Morgan was a punter at Tennessee. I got intel GMAC was way past Merck by end of year. He's coming along. Oh, yeah, you could tell. Merck didn't have it. He didn't. Merck liked to run all the time. That's what he wanted to do. Merck didn't have it. That's why he had to go. But, and the coaches were like, hey, I bet you it was a coach's decision. Hey, son, yeah, I think you need to find another place to go. Because understand something. Some of these players don't go just because they want to go. These jokers get cut. These coaches be coming up to them, hey, son, hey, I need to talk to you. And, oh, yeah, by the way, bring your playbook with you, too. Yeah, it happens. These players get cut, too. So it ain't just, the players just can't hang out, can't deal with it no more. No, and I know they have to, they get cut out here. I think Gilbert got a bad girlfriend or something, crushed his soul. Oh, Jesus. Man, that man ain't got no girlfriend. Can't make a field goal. Shit. I know he ain't got no girlfriend. Look, around Tennessee or any other collegiate atmosphere, when you win games, yes, you get numbers and you get girlfriends. But when you mess up games, ain't nobody want to talk to you that night. So you don't even want to talk to you. You just want to go to bed. That's it. No, let me see. No, he never took the next step. Mark knew Mac was next. He was processed out. Yeah, he was processed out. Got to go. So I'm telling you, T-Lander was the whole problem with the defense. Man, listen, boy. Listen. Man, when Diego Pablo was running all over us, like it was just something to do, like we stole his like we stole his lunch money or something. Boy, that T-Lander was out of position a lot. He just was. He was out of position a lot. Yes, he was slow. God, he was slow. Jesus. I said, what happened? What was that? Was it Bolton? I think the other linebacker. Let me see. That played in the Yeah, I think it was Ben Bolton that played in the Illinois in the Music City Bowl. That boy was quick. I'm like, where you been at all season? Jesus, he must can't. That man must can't see look at film right or something. Because I saw him grab tackle somebody out there. I think it was like the running back or the wide receiver. It was one of them. I'm like, damn, he got to the. I said he got to the ball quick. I'm like, where he been at all season? I said, oh yeah, well, Ty Redmond got better as the year went. Knowles will make him. He has a lot of work though. Yeah. So speaking of Ty Redmond, yes, he did improve a whole lot. I'm still pissed off at look, I already done purged our old defensive coordinator already out my head. I'm still upset with him because in that Georgia game, you left him out on the island all by himself. No safety help, no nothing. You left him out on the island. And that was coaching malpractice. I'm gonna continue to say that. That was coaching malpractice. It really was. You should have never let that man out there like that. Now, of course, yeah, he learned a lot from it, and that's probably the game that made him a whole lot better. But you weren't supposed to do that. You weren't supposed to do that. And I understand, yeah, we didn't have Ricky Gibson. Yes, we didn't have Jamar McCoy, but still, that's no excuse to leave that man on an island in a game of that magnitude. Because anyone, if that wide receiver had no business catching that pass when we had him fourth and forever. He had no reason. But you left him out there by himself. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't all his fault. You think Dion will get along with Boo? Shit, can Boo get along with Boo? That's the question. Boo got to work Boo out. You know what I mean? Phenomenal kid. Phenomenal. He went to my alma mater. You know, he played, actually, I want to say he played football and then he played basketball at Brainerd. And they went to the state tournament and they made it to the semis. So my man is very athletic, very gifted. He could play running back, wide receiver. He can do it all. He is that dude. But you got to have your mind in the game. But I knew he checked out, and he's a Chattanooga native. I was happy that he came to Tennessee. I really was. I don't have anything bad say anything towards Boo. No ill will towards him. You know what I mean? It just didn't work out. I don't really truly know what happened in the background of that situation. In regards to him not showing up, or you hear all kind of stories, but you really don't know unless you're in there. So I'm not going to sit here and just pass judgment on the man, but I'll say this: I knew he checked out in the Syracuse game, and I watched him personally. I wanted to watch his demeanor, how he carried himself because of all the news that was going on. And I knew at the Syracuse game he was checked out. It was just a matter of time. I said the only time I'm gonna always say this: the only time that I saw Boo with any enthusiasm was when he made that hit with I think it was the running back or the wide receiver coming out the backfield against Mississippi State. Great hit, by the way. And when Caleb Beasley, who he played at Bradley Central with, when Caleb Beasley returned the pick six, I forgot who he was playing against, and he was excited for his boy. But anything after that, no. He didn't, when guys high five you and try to give you a pat on your back, he wasn't studying that. I knew he clocked out, he checked out. It was just a matter of time. He was just, biding his time. But the problem with that is, and if that isn't the case, then fine. I will apologize for that. But if that is the case, what does that look like when you want to get into the transfer portal? What does that look like? Because you got other coaches looking at you from different teams. And in their mind, they're going to be like, yeah, he's gifted, he's great, he's phenomenal, but I see his attitude. I see how he acts and how he represents himself on the sidelines with his teammates. Will he do that to me? If I brought him here, would I get the same situation out of him? Or you have coaches that, you know what, he's so talented, they'll overlook that, and I'm gonna still bring him in. Let me see if I can help him. Let me see, what went wrong. What is it that what was the whole situation at Tennessee? To kind of get a clear understanding. But understand this, and for any high school players out there, or any college players that are out there now, if you are watching this, I'm not sure. Coaches talk to other coaches. administrations talk to other administrations. Trust me when I tell you, they're going to talk amongst each other about you. They're going to call and ask about you. That's just like a job interview. That's like filling out an application. They want references for a reason because they want to see if you're going to be a great fit if they hire you. Now, most jobs nowadays, they don't call them references. They just want you to put it down there. But back in the day, for sure. So don't think they don't talk to each other and be like, look, you think I should get this kid? And they're going to be like, well, I mean, you know, this, that, and the third was happening. I mean, you want to take a chance with him, you can. That's what it is. I think Boo talked to too many bad influences. Possible. They say Dion is super strict, but who knows? Shoot, yeah, he might be. And he got a lot of turnover too. Shoot, look, we just got 2 guys from Colorado. Jordan Seaton, the #1 offensive lineman a couple years ago. He's transferring. And you know, him and Boo like this, which was wild to me. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's finna go play with his boy. No, his boy said, man, I'm getting up out of here. Because I know why he's getting up out of there. Because he don't see a championship in his future. He know that. Said Boo Mama wanted him in Colorado with Dion all along. That's possible. It could have been. You know, who knows? You know, some moms are like that. I remember, what was that? What was my man? Was it Collins from the Giants? He played at Alabama. And remember they had that it was I think he was playing in the All-American game, the Under Armour game for the high school guys. And remember he didn't choose LSU and his mama looked at him like, man, what you doing? Even that kid, even Jermaine Copeland out of Florida. Remember his mom walked out on him because he chose Florida. Yeah. That was nasty work. It really was. I hung out with Tyree West, and he's a super nice and respectful guy. I wish him all the luck in life. Oh yeah, Tyree a bad man. He's cool. He's a cool man. He's cool. He definitely earned his stripes at the University of Tennessee. You know, he definitely did. He played real well. I knew he would be great. I know it was I want to say we played Iowa in that bowl game, and you know, he was making some tackles then. And I was like, yeah, he's going to be good on that line. And he ended up being a good player. You know, so hopefully, you know, hey, everything works out for him. But yeah, man, it's a wild thing for us, man. But Steve Wilfong said OSU going to get DGG. Let's see. Who DGG? I know I'm my bad. I'm slow. Who is DGG? Why I can't think of who DGG is? Boy, oh boy. Help me out, Stutter. 92. Who's DGG? Or am I tripping? I might be tripping. Oh, yeah, Baylor. That's right. Don't. Man, you better not go to Baylor. Like, look, man, I know y'all wear the same colors and all, but you know what I mean? You got to go there. Yeah, David Gabriel George. Yeah. You know what? Steve Wilfong says a lot of things. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I remember he said David Sanders was going to go to Ohio State. Yeah. Saw how that worked out. And you know what? I actually went to David Sanders' commitment ceremony. Sure did. Yep, went to his commitment ceremony, and I ran into Grant Williams because Grant Williams went to the same high school, Providence Day. Ran into him and talked to him for a minute. He was there for the ceremony as well. That was surreal too because I've never been to a commitment ceremony before, and it was phenomenal. And I met Matt Ray, I met Austin Price. Talked to those guys, took a picture with Austin. Talked to those guys for a minute. A couple of the guys from 24/7 Sports. Yeah, they was all out. They were there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chad Simmons. Chad cool. You know, I mean Steve cool too. My thing is we just have to wait and see. You hear so much. You know, you hear so much with those guys at On 3 and 24/7 Sports and Rivals, and you know what I mean. They have the intel. that whoever is close to whoever be leaking that stuff. But we'll see. I know that whole Legend Bay situation, that was crazy, man. But Legend Bay, look, man, Legend Bay like he got kidnapped and held at gunpoint. Hey man, they want me to go to Tennessee, but when you hear that story, it's like, well, which one is it? Which one do you believe? Because at one point, it's like Legend Bay going to Ohio State, and then next thing you know, Legend Bay flipped to Tennessee, and next thing you know, Legend Bay telling Austin Price, "I'm gonna do the interview," and next thing you know, the coaching staff is like, "Are you sure you want to come in?" He like, "Yeah, I'm sure," but he was never sure. He was never sure. Mom coming to Tennessee getting the paperwork. It was just crazy. And at that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm throwing my hands up in the air, man. We're not doing that. We're not doing this. We're not dealing with this. No, we're not doing this. We're not going through another Iamaliava, and we're not doing that no more. We just not. Them days is over. We're not dealing with that. It was a headache off the rip. I was like, And as much as I wanted Legend Bay, because I watched his highlights and he is as advertised, nah, we good. We're good. You go up there and you do what you need to do at Ohio State. If you're successful, fine. If you're not, well, that's fine too. But no, we need guys that want to play, want to be at Tennessee, want to give their all. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it, man. So that was a whole show. I was like, dang, the show before the show. I was like, man, we already went through in a year time, in one season, we had two guys that got kicked out the team, and then that was coming along. Hell no. We're not doing that. We got too much going on. But yeah, last season was a disappointing season. Let's see. I was surprised Jason went to Oklahoma. We grew up near each other. He's from Elizabethton, next town over from Johnson City. I bet we lose his son now, damn it. Yeah, I thought about that, and I said that too the other day. Yeah, now, his son was saying, yeah, well, even though I know he played at Tennessee, but, it ain't really, yeah, we probably going to lose him. Now, that I can see us losing. Bob Franklin. People be negative recruiting. Tell running backs you'll average 6 carries a game at Tennessee, ignoring the yards per catch and yards per game. Got to split carries and big names don't come. I don't know why they negative recruiting. Shoot, we average over 2,000 yards. Everybody eat. Oh, I don't understand that. I don't understand. I don't know why they do that, but whatever. What you mean? You gonna get you getting some run. Tennessee was favored to get him till his dad took that job. Oh, you talking about DGG? What job did he take? Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, since you put it that way, yeah, it's possible. That's probably why they got him. Oh, you talking about Cooper? Okay, Cooper. Yeah. I thought you talking about DGG stutter. My bad. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. I'll be shocked he picks Tennessee. I'll be shocked he picks anybody else besides Oklahoma. I really do. I really do. Now I did say, what was that, 2 videos ago? I told him, man, don't be a thorn in our side. I told Jason Witten, look, we love you. We appreciate your job. We appreciate your work at the University of Tennessee. We appreciate your play. But look, tell you something. Don't be a thorn in our side. Don't do it. We won't do that. All that 24/7 are okay except Kane. Laughing out loud. We all over the place. Man, listen. Hey, we are, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah. Okay. Except Kane. Talking about Eric Kane? You ain't talking about Eric, are you? Eric be dropping videos when people sleep. I be like, dude, man, what you be doing, man? You waking up in the morning every time it's like 12:45. Like, yeah, all right. Oh, Kaner. Yeah. So they live in Texas. Okay. But yeah, man, this is wild. But hey, man, 31 people in. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all. I really do. Good banner up in here. Yes, it is. Good banner. His brother's a high school coach up here. Okay. All right. Yeah. Kassan Bowman finna choose Miami on February 12th. Oh boy. Who is? Let me see who that guy is. Kassan Bowman. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Was that the one that was he was committed to Oregon, wasn't he? At one point, and then he decommitted. I want to say that was the one because I felt like when he decommitted, then I was like, oh, we may get him. But you know what? He might be looking at that wide receiver room and like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get any burn. But they got some studs out there. Yeah, yep, Brentwood Academy. Yep. Mm-hmm. Rhonda, good show. Gotta go. Thank you, Mr. Jones. Go Balls always. I appreciate you, Rhonda. Hey man, Rhonda, like my day one for real. But you have a great night. You know, we'll be back at it tomorrow. I'll probably have something to talk about. Let me see. Do I gotta work tomorrow? No, I ain't gotta work tomorrow. Good. I was supposed to, but I ain't going. Yeah, they don't know that yet. But if they watching, no, they ain't watching because they don't even know if I got a podcast. They don't even know if I got a channel. They don't even know I got a channel. Yeah, I don't. No, they all right. Yeah, my daughter out of school. I'm out of school. I mean, I'm out of work. I got her schedule. Yep, I remember us trending for him. Sure did. Yeah, Miami out here, man. Listen, if you're Miami dropping $4 or $5 million out here. Why is Coach N still there? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't. I like Inge, but I don't know why. I don't know. That's a great question. Was it an Inge issue or was it a Tim Banks issue in regards to that? I know Inge is the linebackers coach. I get all that. But from a play calling aspect, did Tim Banks put him in a bad position to make it look like Inge is not that dude? That's the thing. Because I mean, he can recruit well. Of course, he's gotten who he's gotten. I mean, yeah, we can't always go by recruiting. You know, you got to put it on the field as well. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, you're right. Yeah, he should have took just how I felt about Tim Banks and Ty Redmond and how he left him on a swivel. I mean, left him on an island. Yeah, I agree with that. We should have, um, yeah, T-Lander was a liability, big time. If we're gonna have Ty Redmond out there as a freshman, then we could have put another freshman in there to play that position. Hey, we could have put Bolton in there to play that position. But at the same time, what is it about the other linebackers on the reason why they couldn't take his spot? Because see, that's another problem with Tim Banks. See, Tim Banks, I think that regime. Now, Inge came in that regime later. He came in later, but we all know in that regime, they're very loyal to their older players. You know what I mean? They're very loyal to the older players, so that could have been a reason. Not necessarily that a person behind him didn't know what to do out there, but hell, you might as well put him out there. What was you gonna lose? So I agree with you, Andre. I agree with you on that. Said we were recruiting Kashawn Henderson, the 5-star linebacker from Florida. And we in a good spot for him. Yeah, I've been seeing that. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna be in a good spot. Definitely, if they see if we can put it together in this defense this year, and we can make a big improvement and really show that on the field. Oh yeah, be easy work to get people here. Yeah, let me see. OSU was where we at? Oh, they too stubborn to change. Yeah, they like that. You know what you? Butch Jones like that too. He was stubborn as hell. I'm like some people. I like Butch Jones, man. Jesus. Okay, yeah, we've been talking to him. I haven't read on it. I did see a article on him, but I haven't read on it yet. Um, But I see that they talked about, I need to go and read it so I kind of get a better understanding on it. But I think but they're definitely trying to get him in the fold too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, brick by brick. Yeah, it'll brick all right, clean off the rim. What about Kevin Samuelson? I swear, without the injuries, I think Banks might still be there from top to bottom. Worse, it's just wild to me. That D line wasn't no good. That D line, we lost some big. We lost some major players on that D line. I think that's why the secondary was as good as it was, because they go hand in hand. Now, sometimes you might have a no fly zone type of secondary, but that D line plays a very important part as well in making that secondary be who they can, become that type of defense. But I saw it in the Syracuse game, because I had went to the game, dog, we were getting gashed in that run game up front, in that middle. The edge too. We couldn't hold the edge. Then the going up the gut was easy. It was bad. It was just bad across the board. We lost a lot of dudes from last year's team. We did. And it just from game one until the end of the season, it was just a shit show. It was. I mean, you had UAB out here throwing for 300 something. At one point, every quarterback was throwing over 300. Easy work. Every quarterback for a certain amount of games, they all were throwing over 300 yards a game. Crazy work. Oh, we in the lead for Kevin Simon's son? Okay, Stutter. Appreciate your input, brother. I appreciate your input. I appreciate everybody's input tonight. I really do. We in the lead for Kevin Simon's son, but Texas A&M making a push here. You got to watch A&M. They slick. They slick come and get you. They really do. They're very slick. See, we need Al Wilson on the sidelines like Michael Irvin. Man, you ain't lying. Bring all them boys back. Because, man, let me tell you something. Them Miami Hurricanes, them alumni, man, they look, Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin. Man, I saw Andre Johnson. I saw Greg Olson. Man, I seen Ed Reed. I saw Reggie Wayne. They all showing up. We need to have the same for us, too. Now I will say this about Josh Heupel. I'll give him this. He definitely allows for the old, for the alumni, for the old players to come in and really be involved, with the team, unlike previous coaches. Definitely the Butch Joneses and the Derek Doodles of the world. You know what I'm saying? Hell, Derek Doolish, he ain't know from his ass to his appetite, excuse my language. But Jesus, that mother was like, we ain't letting nobody in here. Like, it was, man, these guys had a bad taste in their mouth for the University of Tennessee for a very long time. It was bad. It was sad. Like, really, coach? That's how you doing it? Yeah, well, whatever. Let's see. With the additions, where do you think the D will rank in the SEC? Because when we last or something, I don't know who he was this year. With the additions, top eight. Yeah, I'm gonna give him top 8. Yeah, I can see it. Top 8. Hopefully, everybody still got a bad taste in their mouth. Everybody want to play, but I'm gonna say top 8. You said Dooley was good until he broke his hip. Shit. I remember that. That man was sitting on the sidelines with a cane, just yeah. Gee, that was wild. And Mr. Orange Pants, yeah. Now let them get crunk like Mike Irvin, man. Man, listen, Mike Irvin. This Mike Irvin doing everything. He crunk, sweating all over the place. Man, BTA taking his belt off, whooping oh my God, that boy, hey, crunk. I pray Eric Berry is doing good now. I think about him from time to time. Yeah, man, one of the greats. One of the greats, not only at the University of Tennessee, but definitely one of the greats in the NFL. Man, I hate that he had that. I think he got sick, something like that. So yeah, I hope he's doing well. Also, see, I'm gonna be honest though, we was in leave for Joshua Dobson, but when they switched coaching staff, I think Texas A&M going to pull him away. He canceled the visit this weekend just to go down there. Yeah. Top offense 5 and a 45 ranked. I think we are the natty. Oh yeah, even with that, a 45, yeah, you get you. Man, look, if we could have just, I agree, we could have just been half of what we were. We would have won. We would have won a lot of games. Probably been playing for an SEC championship because most of these games that we lost this past year, we didn't lose by much. We just had mistakes. But then the defense, it was leaking. Swiss cheese. You know what I mean? But then Vanderbilt just put. Man, listen, Vanderbilt ain't never whooped us like this, as far as I know. As long as I've been living, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. We got to return that favor, but that was embarrassing. Ain't no damn way a Commodore should have came to Neyland Stadium and put foot to ass, belt to ass on us. That should have never happened. That was diabolical. It was like the team did this to coaching staff or somebody. They just laid down and said, "Hey, ole, just do what you want to do. Just do what you want to do. Why not run for 164 yards and a touchdown and throw for forever?" That shit was wild. Texas A&M has got that bag and don't mind sharing. All them Texas schools down there got that bag. That's that oil money, especially Texas Tech. I swear they done spent $50 million this year. Easy. Easy. Man, listen, Andre, I'm going to tell you who else gave up. Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel gave up after that game. You can tell. You can tell by the press conferences, post-game conferences, middle of the week conferences. He gave up. He was a shell of himself. He looked like a drunk Superman in Superman 3. That's what he looked like. If anybody remembers Superman 3, the drunk Superman. His cape was maroon. His clothes, his damn whole uniform was dusty and dirty. He didn't shave. Looked like for 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. His mental state was shot. Golly, he was done. See, and it's crazy because A&M already trading for the top quarterback, so they get Dobson and they got both the top quarters. Shit, we can't let that happen, man. Tennessee better figure something out. Overpaying players is a negative recruiting tool. Negative recruiting, LOL. Say he did. I seen it when the tight end dropped the ball for that. Man, listen, you saw that too? Oh my god. Yeah, Josh Heupel. Finito. He was done. He was done. He was done from after that Oklahoma game on down the road. It was a wrap. It looked like, man, and we ain't never seen Heupel look like that before, man. Shit. And then it came out that, man, he mentally couldn't. He was having issues. His wife was like, yeah, he having mental issues, this, that, and the third. He just couldn't deal with it no more. He couldn't. He just couldn't deal. He was done. And then you see after the season, he shaved. So yeah, he had to get it out of the system. Let me see. I know I missed somebody. Oh, and speaking okay, Stutter 92. So when you say we got to start spending that bag, so I don't know if you probably haven't seen it where Danny White talking about, everybody's supposed to have this limit of 20.5 million that they're allowed to use. And I think he came out talking about, there's some college teams out here, they're cheating, they're going over whatever the limit is and stuff like that. I don't know how true that is, but I did read that it is a 20.5 million cap, something like that, and that the entertainment district that's supposed to be coming, that's supposed to help along with. I don't really know. I got to really look more into how this NIL really works, because in my mind I thought it was revenue coming from the games and especially that 20.5 million, and then it's supposed to be like some from what's that, Spider Sports, those guys, and then they talked about the Adidas deal and how that's supposed to help with NIL. So I was thinking, well, what you mean 20.5 million? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the case, then man, you got to be careful on what you're spending. So I don't understand that. So that's supposed to be like a governor or something of spending. I don't know, but I definitely got to look more into that, because there ain't no way we keep sitting out here. We're gonna be aggressive. We hear it every year. and it don't look like we're being aggressive. But then I don't know their pockets either. So they're not putting out that information unless you're like the top guy or the top quarterback, and then they'll throw out there, oh, he getting $5 million, he getting $8 million, hell, he getting $10 million, and sister get to go to college too. So I don't even know. Lane spending 40 million. Lane been spending 40 million at LSU and Ole Miss. I don't know how, man. Lane get on my nerves. Lane get on my nerves, man. I swear he do. He's like that. He's like that witch that just rides in on a broom and just get. He's annoying. he's annoying. I respect that. Coaching college is probably the hardest job in America right now. So I don't fool with Jeremy Pruitt, but he would have been buying everybody. Hey, man, they might would have had White Castle, Central Park bags. What else? Shoot, man, he would have had out, man. He had Quincy's. He would have had a Ryan's bag. Oh, my God. He would have found a way. Oh, he would have. And it's so crazy because he literally got popped right before NIL went legal. That's crazy. He literally got popped. I don't know if y'all even think of that. And then next thing you know, was it the next year NIL went into effect? Damn, he could have just waited out one more year. One more year. But then again, we would have been scoring, averaging 21 points a game. Because the offense was shit. It was trash. Oh my God. That offense was Garantano and then, oh my goodness. About Garantano, man, he had to go through 3, 4, 5 different offensive coordinators too, but still. Jesus, we wasn't averaging nothing. I don't even know what would have Hendon Hooker looked like in a Pruitt under Pruitt. Would he have been that quarterback that we've seen under Josh Heupel, or would he have just been like the quarterback at Virginia Tech? What would Hendon Hooker would have looked? Because that's who Jeremy Pruitt recruited. He recruited Hooker. What would he would have looked like under that offense? Yeah, I don't even want to know. Oh yeah, we know Stutter. No, we ain't look. We knew what it was. It was getting to a point at the University of Tennessee where they were like, look, man, we down bad. We got to stop this. So, yeah, somebody blew that whistle. Somebody blew the whistle. Yeah. Yeah, he did master the hurry up. But, yeah, somebody blew that whistle. They did. Yeah. It is what it is. Hype must make changes to the offense. In every game, they knew what we were doing. His in-game adjustments also have to improve. Otherwise, with this schedule, we are middle of the pack again. Garantano is the worst quarterback in Tennessee history. Shit, I thought Nathan Peterman was. But yeah, he was bad. But he wasn't Nathan Peterman bad, though. Golly. Or was it Riley Ferguson? No, it wasn't Riley Ferguson. I think it was Nathan Peterman. Oh, he was doo-doo. Jesus, he was doo-doo. That man didn't know he didn't know. He just didn't know. Jay said 1906. I agree. And, in the first couple of games, he did that. They did evolve. They started running crosses. They started running, drag routes. They started running trips out that offense, early in the season. And then it's like Rocky Balboa. And I said this before, it's like Rocky Balboa in Rocky IV, right? Remember, he came out, he still thought he was Apollo. And then somewhere in about round 3 or 4, he switched back to old Rocky, and he got his brains beat in, even though he still won. That's how I looked at the Heupel offense. I looked at it as you come out the first couple games, you're running all these different, these different routes and these different, you're doing something totally different. And then what you do, you go right back to that old stuff that everybody know what you're going to do. At this point, you need to, one, slow it up. It's time to slow it up, man. The hurry up is the hurry up. I get it. But it's time for you to evolve in slowing that offense up just a little bit. And then if you need to hurry up, you pick your spots. You pick your poison on when you need to hurry up and when you don't need to. But you need to slow it down. You got to slow it down. You still got to evolve it either way. Now when we're on, we're on. You know what I mean? When we're not, it's bad. It's bad. But when we're on, that's just like we still doing this. Score a lot of points in the first quarter. Go to sleep in the second. score, then go to sleep in the third, and then wake up in the fourth. We got to stop that. That's getting out of hand. Very excited about how the defense is looking, returning most of our offense. How do you feel about who's starting in the D line? I'm excited about who's starting. We still have our running back. Quarterback, don't know yet. Could be Joey if he gets. It could be, but if it's G-Mac, I feel confident in G-Mac. I feel like he could take over the reins. Wide receiver wise, we're legit. Offensive line, we're returning most of those guys now. Regarding to the offensive line, I think where we messed up at last year, we moved Jason Perry. We moved, what's that boy name? Jason Perry, J. Perry. I forgot his name. The Perry guy. We should have never moved him from right tackle and put David Sanders there. That was a big mistake, and that's where I felt like our line kind of went downhill, including the fact that, Sam Pendleton keeps stepping on people's feet and letting people just run them over. That didn't help either. You know what I mean? So they definitely got to shore that up. And Summerall, he needs to stop going false start. I mean, not false. Yeah, he needs to stop doing that too. But I think with everybody coming back, even with Lance Hurd not coming back anymore, I think we're in a great place offensively. D-line, that's just something we got to see. That's a wait and see moment. We got to see what this nose defense is going to look like. And if it becomes what I think it could become, then we're in a good spot. We are. Let's see. We got the money, but Danny White trying to build the stadium. Yeah, that too. He's trying to build that entertainment district too. All that. But he's saying, he's saying a lot. Very excited about how the defense is looking, returning most of our offense. Okay, answered that one. They had our plays. Shoot, if you don't change, yeah. If you don't change it up, then that first 2 years, oh my God, we were averaging damn near 50. They didn't catch up yet. We need to line up in that I formation again. John Ward always said on the radio, Tennessee lines up in the I. Remember? Yeah, I remember that. I sure mean them I formation days gone, bro. Ain't nobody doing that. Everybody want to sit back and light you up for 40 points. Yeah, they do. Now, I will say this about the running game. I know they were trying to change it from, trying to get the ball out to the running backs more often, but hell, they couldn't catch out the backfield. They kept dropping passes, so that didn't work. But I do feel like they need to start running out more to the edge a little bit. Swing plays. You know what I'm saying? Like swing it out to the running back and let him, get out to the outside and see that hole, hit that crease. I think you need to do a lot more of that. No, but I see why they run up the middle because you're spreading everybody out. I get it, but you got to change up. We got to change up for real. That's a must. That is a must. We got to. Like I said, we just got to continue to evolve because even with other coaches, hell, remember Nick Saban? He was a run first guy. Then he realized, man, I got to change it up. And next thing you know, it was happy action fun time out there. But yeah, Bears just tied Chargers with 15 seconds left. Oh shoot! Wait a minute. You talking about the Rams? You got to be talking about the Rams. You got to be talking about the Rams. Hold on, let me see. I forgot that game even came on tonight because I messed around and got on here and got to talking about Arion Carter, and then we don't win everywhere else. Boy, oh boy. Let me see. I forgot that game. 17-17, 18 seconds left. Yo. No, we're gonna have another OT game. Yeah, that game yesterday, Buffalo and Denver. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, Josh Allen, brutal. Oh my God. 4 turnovers, bro, 2 INTs, 2 fumbles. And y'all worried about a no-call interception? Yeah, or whatever it was an interception or not, man, you already turned the ball over. Oh, man, get out of here. Yeah, Caleb showing out. Shoot, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson came in there and turned that team around, bro. He really did. He really did. Yeah, Ben Johnson came in there and turned that team around, man. Just man, smart. He's an offensive genius. And the defense, doing their thing. So, yeah, it's definitely from last year. And that same coach they had last year, hell, he got fired this year from the Cowboys. He was trash. Man, listen, I always say this. Sometimes you have coaches that are great coaches. Sometimes you may have coordinators that become head coaches, and they just not that. Now, everybody's been a coordinator, and there's some that find their way, and then there's some that don't. And then there's just some, man, you just ain't that. You ain't that whether you a coach or a coordinator. It don't even matter. Is this my first live? No, this is actually my this is my second. No, this is my third live. I think my first one I did it on National Signing Day. I went live on National Signing Day, and then I went live one other time. But this is my third one. Yeah, this is my third live. So yeah, it's actually fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, normally, I just do recording or whatnot, but I haven't went live like that for real. But and I still, I don't have anything set up. It's just YouTube. I don't have anything else right now. Yeah, I've been trying to get StreamYard and work on that, but I haven't gotten that yet. So that'll be my next venture. Vol girl, Vol girl, and thank you, Vol girl, for your support. I appreciate you. We know each other where we know each other. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But I appreciate your support as well. So yeah, the Super Bowl shuffle. Yeah, I remember that. Golly, that was crazy. None of them could rap. No, I'm just joking. That was cool though. Offensive lineman coach makes the best head coach. I don't know. Sam Pittman wasn't no good coach, but they do. Some of them do. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And then you got the defensive coaches too. They're good for the defensive part of things. You know what I mean? But they'll hey, I'm still gonna work. Cause when I look at Kirby Smart, he a defensive guy, and he let whoever run the offense. You know what I mean? So he don't have no input in that whatsoever. But yeah, offensive linemen, cause shoot, they know. Yeah, they coach the offense. But some of them work out, some of them don't. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was some great games, great playoff games. It was great playoff games across the board in college and in the NFL now, man. Everything's close. Everybody playing to the, to the end of the game. The Panthers and the Rams, Broncos and Bills, Bills and Jaguars. Now the Rams and the Bears, and who else? Well, that way, except for them 49ers. Jesus, 49ers got dog walked. Man, listen. Seattle beat them, man. You would have thought, man, look, man, you would have thought. And what's so crazy? San Francisco, they come out that locker room with that boom box, right? So, they always doing their little dancing and stuff like that. Man, somebody should have took that boom box and, man, throw that out, throw that in the river. Because the way they play that, and I know our guy, Juwan Jennings, I know. But he got mollywop. They got dealt with. They got dealt with. Yeah. They got dealt with. Hey, now, Sam Pittman, that's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Josh Heupel is very loyal to Glenn Ellerbe. Very loyal to him. Very loyal. He's not going to do away with Glenn Ellerbe unless the bottom fall out. That's it. But when it comes to his guys, no, he don't let them go. Now, anybody that he may have brought in that he didn't know from back in the day and they never hooked up or nothing like that, yeah, you got to go. He gonna get rid of you. He gonna get rid of you before he get rid of his boys that he came in with. He's very loyal. Very loyal. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's gonna come a time where that loyalty, look, man, you want loyalty or you want success. That's a hard thing to do as being a head coach and being a leader of men and being a leader of a program. What you gonna do? You know what I mean? So we'll see. We're gonna have one of the nastiest defenses in the league if we stay healthy. True. I believe that. We got too much talent coming in. We got too much talent that was already there, except for T-Lander, man. Man, T-Lander can't even smell the tea leaves. It's crazy, ain't it? Damn. Own T-Lander. Own them. I can't even watch Tennessee basketball anymore. I got so mad. It's not good for my health. I like Gillespie. He is from up here in Greenville, but OMG, I just can't watch anymore. So I've been wanting to put out a video in regards to the Tennessee Volunteers basketball team, and I'm going to tell you why. We were 7-0. We started out the season 7-0. We beat the number 3 team at that time, the Houston Cougars. And you would think that we beat a team of that caliber, that this season is going to turn out to be one of probably, if not one of the best seasons ever. We are 5-6 since then. We are 5-6, while Houston is in the top 5. And I think they only still have one loss. And that was the who? Us. We are 5-6, and we lost to a trash Kentucky team. Kentucky has beaten us 4 straight in Thompson Bowling. And their teams are not even good. But somehow they find a way to beat us. I don't get it. But this might be Rick Barnes' worst team. This could end up being his worst season as the head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers in basketball. Because I don't see a dog out there. I don't see a dog on a team like years past. Hell, even last year, we had dogs, but we just don't have it. We just don't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's a rivalry game. You're right. You're absolutely correct. But geez, man, we were up by 17. Oh, we were up by 17. But 5-6 is just that's not cool. You started out 7-0, 7-0. You beat Houston, and then next thing you know, you lose to Kansas the next night. Then you lose to Syracuse, and it just went downhill. Illinois. Oh, it's just bad. And we'll have those moments where we will, we'll win certain games. Like we'll beat the Texas and the Texas A&M. You know what I mean? And look good doing it. And then we'll have them games where you'd be like, what happened? You just put up 93 on so-and-so. What happened? The Lady Vols won and are undefeated in the SEC. Yeah, 6-game winning streak. 5-0, 13-3. Hey, they looking good doing it. I think, and it's funny because earlier in the season, you would have thought, I was like, yeah, she got some new pieces coming in. They are a top 5 class. And I was like, well, they got to get used to each other. I think they've gotten out of that now. And I think they are playing as a solid unit now. That which one is it? Is it Mia? Is it Mia Paldo? No, it gotta be Mia. Man, Mia a baller. Mia's a baller. Yeah, she's a baller, man. And then you got Cooper doing what she do. Spearman doing what she doing. Yeah. 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 Now we're gonna see. Because they're gonna have some games coming up against the big dogs. And we're gonna see what it looks like. Because you gotta play South Carolina. I'm shocked at Vandy. 18-0? Yeah. But the Vandys, the LSUs, the South Carolinas, we're going to see what you really made of. And if you can get any of those games, at least 2 or 3, they legit. They'll be legit. But I feel real good about them. I really do. I feel real good about them girls, man. They playing good ball. They're playing good ball. But yeah, that basketball team, the men's, yeah, let me see you. Yeah, it is. They'll start falling again, but man, they better hurry up. They better hurry up. Shoot, the way we looking NIT bound. We don't want to do that. I like him, but we might need a younger guy to connect with these young guys. Barnes is like 71. Well, they are very young. And I think this is probably one of the youngest teams that he's had. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is one of the youngest teams that he's had. Because I think everybody else, when he was there, they were up in age and they were veteran. They were seasoned. You know what I mean? He had dogs on that team that just wasn't going. You know what I mean? So T-Land is pure garbage, but love his commitment to the program. Yeah, that's about it. I give him that. I'll give him that. His commitment to the program, no matter what. Hey, he's definitely this. Ball for life. He's definitely that. I'll give him that. Much respect to that. Yes. With us signing this last quarterback from Colorado and everything that has happened in our ball program with the defense we have forming, Joey's granted another year on February 10th. What's our outlook for 26? I'll say this. With Joey Aguilar, and if the defense can perform the way they perform, I say in that dang gauntlet of a schedule, 10-2. Yeah, I'm that guy. 10-2, 10-2, or we can shock the world. You know, 10-2. That's my expectation if Joey comes back. If Joey don't come back and he doesn't get granted that extra year in his GMAC, I don't know. I don't know on GMAC. I don't know. Not sure. We just gotta we yeah, GMAC. We have to see. Damn, his commitment to pro nigga. Man, come on, Andre, man. Because you say you need to call the cops on him. He out there stealing money. He out there stealing, man. Oh, we got to call the cops on him, man. Oh, handcuff him now. What dorm he in? No, he ain't even in a dorm. He in the department. Call the cops on him, man. Go on, get him at practice when he out there on the field. Dang. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. He got to gain some weight before he takes on 9 SEC games. Yeah. And I was talking about that earlier in regards to the weight, because I was talking about Tony Robinson back in the day, and where Tony Robinson weighing like $180, $185, but that was a different era, even though, you had Cornelius Bennett and Derek Thomas coming down your throat, and those guys back in the day, because, back then they was hitting you with malice. You know what I mean? Headshots, they weren't calling, it wasn't no targeting. You just sleep. That's just what that is. Wasn't none of this. Yeah, you just sleep. Next man up. So, yeah, it's different. They're a lot faster, a lot stronger. They will hit you and light you up. So I get it. We'll see. Yeah, I did hear about that. They said that he had food allergies that was keeping him from putting weight on. I wonder what food allergies did he have, though. I want to know the foods. What issues did he have with those foods? That's what I want to see. Because if that's the case, then, man, shoot. Man, find something else for him. Yeah, but that he might have allergies. Ooh, man, that could across the board too. Yeah, that could be. T-Land are terrible, man. You be on T-Land, man. You been on T-Land a couple times, man. I went live, but you be on his. Woo, you be on his neck. Oh my God, man! Look, man, he ain't starting. He not starting this year. He ain't got to worry about him. He not starting this year, man. Shit, he gonna be a coach, man. He gonna be a coach with pads on. He ain't starting this year. Jim Knowles got something to do with it. That boy ain't starting. Tim Banks was still there. Oh, yeah. He first team. Yeah. I'm surprised they ain't tell him to go. Honestly. I'm surprised they ain't been like, hey, let me holler at you. Look, man, we saw what you did on film last year. Yeah, we don't think this is going to work for you, man. You might want to go elsewhere. You know what I mean? Oh, dairy and gluten, yeah. I think we just need a good strength and conditioning coach. Yeah, we still don't have that. I wonder if they're waiting, Vulgar. I wonder if they're waiting on the two teams that are playing in the national championship game. I'm wondering if one of those, whoever's the strength and conditioning coach for either one of those teams. I want to say I heard something about the Indiana guy. I'm not sure, but I'm wondering if that's what they're waiting on, because you think we would have had one by now. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to see on that one. But yeah, we definitely got to get a good strength and conditioning coach, because that dude this past year wasn't it. He just wasn't it. So yeah. You remember the Butch Jones? Man, y'all remember the Butch Jones years? Did we had like 20 people out before the season start? They always got hurt during the off season. I mean, it was like a mass unit. I talked about that before. It was like a mass unit out there. It was crazy. I think that is who we are after the Indiana coach. Yeah. Okay. I thought I heard about that. Yeah. Which that'll be a great get. Get somebody in there that can, because I mean, when I look at Indiana, man, they are a fine, well-oiled machine. But Signetti is a sniper. Signetti, the coach from Indiana, he's a sniper, bro. He really is. Okay, Jalita Rogers, I see you with the 199 super chat. I appreciate you. I ain't even mentioned super chats. I wasn't trying to. Not right now. Not right now. Yes, I did get monetized the other day, or a couple days ago. But I want to kind of, I wasn't trying to say nothing right now. I was going to wait till the 24th, actually, because that's going to be my 1 year doing this channel. And I wanted to kind of put it out there. But, as we see, 199, appreciate you. Thank you very much. And that's my wife. So thank you, wife. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I don't care about his weight. Go out there and win games. Mac want to wear arms. Go out there and represent. That's what's up. I'm with you on that. Hey, it is what it is. Ballers, hey, what they say, ballers ball. That's what it is. But he might get lit up too. The business in Nashville are being asked to show Vandy love. The legislature has already shit on Memphis in favor of Nashville. Can't allow that to happen in Knoxville. Man, Vandy had one good year. One, man, two. They did beat Bama and somebody else the year before, but still, they had this one. Man, nobody worry about no Vandy. All right, let's see what they look like when Diego Pavia ain't there no more. Because I really truly believe, man, he took it. He did this with Vanderbilt, and he took them where they ain't been in a long time, if ever. So he did that. It's still F. Pavia, though, at the end of the day. Still F. Pavia. That boy ain't humble. Sore loser. Yeah, no respect. None for that guy. So, whatever. Good riddance. See money involved now. It's time to hold players accountable, put them on blast. Yeah, that's the thing about now being a paid player now. You gotta do your part. You gotta do your part. That's where we at now. Things change. It changes not only from a fan's perspective. When I talked about this is not your grandpop or your grandmother and grandpa college football anymore. The same changes for the players. Now you got added pressure because you're getting paid now, and we as fans are going to look at you differently. Yes, you're still a kid. I get all that. You know what I mean? But we're invested as well. When we go to these games and we pay these ticket prices and we pay concession stands and we do all these things, Tennessee, for the love of the program. You know what I mean? That's just what it is now, unfortunately. It has come to that, but it is what it is. NFL game over yet? I don't even know. It's still 17-17, overtime, 4 minutes and 58 seconds left. Rams have the ball and they are driving, 2nd and 6. And they're on the Chicago 43, well, 3rd and 6 now. They're on the Chicago 43. Shoot, what they are? Are they on Espen? I think they're on Espen. I don't know. Yeah, Espen the magazine. Shoot. Let me see. No, they on Peacock. Yeah. So, you know what that is. But yeah, man. So shoot, man, it's crazy. It is crazy. Ball girl, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome to senior. Welcome to senior. Thank you very much for your membership, Ball girl. I appreciate you. I truly appreciate you. Oh my goodness, man, this is great. Oh my goodness, yeah, man. Me and Ball girl, man, we know each other, from other areas. You know what I mean? And it's nothing but love. It's nothing but love, and I show love over there. You know what I mean? Always have done it for. I've been over there for 2 years and stuff like that. So yeah, we definitely. I definitely appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you, Jack Sparrow. I appreciate you as well. To my chat homie from Science Hill guy, we won 90, 94, 95 state in basketball. I was there 94, 95 on the bench most of the time. We were stacked. Hell yeah, y'all was stacked. Shoot, y'all took that championship from us because shoot, we supposed to have 92 title, 95 title. We should have had 96 title. Should have had 97 title. Should have had all those. Appreciate it, Jet Set 1906. Thank you very much. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Hey, I got my first member. Yes, sir. But I'm gonna definitely make y'all proud. I definitely am, man. I'm gonna continue to make y'all proud. I'm gonna continue to put out great content, the best way that I can. I don't know everything, but I try to know something. You know what I'm saying? I try to be as much as prepared as possible to kind of, saying not at least. And I'll talk about sports, and I've been talking about it for years. You know what I mean? I was just like, shoot, I might as well talk about it now. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So, oh yeah, I know, right? Because I still like I said, I ain't been in chat. Golly, yeah, Vol girl, you're the first. You're the first one. But yeah, like I said, man, I ain't been in chat, and like I said, Brandon alumni. That's when I came. I don't know when I'm gonna be back. I don't really go down there too much unless some big event is happening, involving like school, like alumni or like my parents or something, they got something going on or whatnot. But yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna open up. I'm let me see, because I know I still, I talk to little Larry every now and then. You know what I mean? Like I said, I told him when I come back down there, man, I need to get some of that food off your grill, bro. Y'all still chit chat with each other, man? You and little Larry? But yeah, man. So, but yeah, man. Look, what time is it? Golly, I ain't never been on the live this long before. This is great. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I'll be hollering at little Larry, man. Like I said, man, when I get down there next time, shoot, I'll let you know. You know what I mean? Because I remember, man, I think we was in a class together one time. That was in 90. It was 94. We was in Miss what was that Spanish lady name, man? We had her crying one year. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, I was quiet though at Brainerd. I wasn't really. I mean, I hung with, what I'm saying, I hung with who I hung with. Yeah, man, don't he keep food on there all the time. I said, man, I need to get some of that. Yes, sir. He said, have you ever watched Alabama Dude before? Kangaroo Black? Yeah, Kangaroo Black is subscribed to my channel. Matter of fact, he subscribed to my channel early. Like, he subscribed to my channel like around like February or March of last year. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He funny. Yeah, but he really the first like big, channel, big podcast guy, you know what I'm saying? That yeah, he subscribed to me. He sure did. He was like, man, he was probably like mine. I wasn't even at 100 subscribers yet. I don't even think I was at 50 when he subscribed. So yeah, I always watch him, man. He a trip. He love us though. He loved Tennessee faithful until we play Alabama. Then he be like, yeah, but it is what it is. I'm like that too. I got friends that are Bama fans and I be on their neck. But we love each other, but I be on their neck though when it's time to play. I don't play that. You know what I mean? So shoot. But it's all in fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we definitely Andre, man, shoot. Yeah, when I come down there, man, shoot, you know what I'm saying? Link up or something, whatever. Shoot. Might meet at little Larry house, get a plate or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, listen. KB is funny. Yeah, he be saying some slick stuff. He do. He be saying some slick stuff, and I just be like, yeah, all right. I'll be like, yeah, whatever, man. But he's slick. Oh, he's slick mouth. Oh my God. But I can tolerate him more than Uncle Lou. I'll tell you that. Uncle Lou be having me laughing too, though. But I know a lot of people don't like him. You know what I'm saying? He do be saying, he be talking trash to us. He really do. He really do. But he be getting under people's skin, boy. He do. My goodness. But yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I follow everybody. I watch everybody. You know what I'm saying? I watch everybody. That's what's up, Andre. Yeah, I'll make sure. Yeah. Are you on the book? Are you on Facebook? Hey, Vol girl, you can't watch Uncle Lou. Yeah, Uncle Lou wild. Uncle Lou wild, man. I saw him. I never saw the video that him and Boogie was on. I never saw that one. I never watched it. I see it, but I never watched it. I'm interested to see how that interaction was. Matt the Great, yeah. I watch Matt be great. I watch him. Yep. I watch Matt be great. I watch Sports Talk Jay. I watch who else do I watch? What's that man name? Chat Talk Sports, Talk Sports Chat, something like that. Joey Peterson, I think that's his name. I watch him every now and then. Of course, I watch KB. I used to watch Blue Chip Breakdown. I used to. Yeah, a while back. But yeah, I don't really watch him. I don't have nothing, I just don't. I don't know. I just don't watch him. Like I used to. I used to watch him almost. I used to watch him almost every day. Him and Boogie. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Just start watching. I guess when I start really just getting into this right here, I kind of just like, yeah. I like Sports Talk Jay, but he was depressing today. Shit, what's wrong with Sports Talk Jay? What was he sad about? What was wrong with him? Man, damn, Sports Talk. Yeah, do better than that, my boy. Do better than that. I know I sounded depressed that day. I forgot who told me that. Inlander. He's a subscriber. I think we were talking about the quarterback situation and when Sam Levitt didn't come or something like that. He was like, dang, dog, you sound depressed or something. I said, man, that joint just crazy. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get my show started, man. Yeah, I'm on the book. You can shoot a link on here and do a split screen. Oh, okay. Shoot, I ain't never did that before. Yeah, I haven't really did the I ain't really blue chip to analytics for me. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. I'm gonna do it another I'll do it another time on the split screen junk. But yeah, I definitely want to try to get on StreamYard and get that together and do that and kind of have that, yeah, because I really want to do an interview with I'm gonna try to get CJ Black to do an interview. For me and him talk every day. You know what I'm saying? That's my fault. That's my kid fault. So I want to try to get him on an interview one day and kind of, what I'm saying, talk about, him coming up, what, love basketball, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I think that'll be a good one, a good first interview, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he's upset mostly with the quarterback situation. Man, I was too. Yep. Yep. We share the same subscribers. Okay. That's what's up, Andre. Yeah, I know you're talking sports talk, Jay. Yeah. Sad. Yeah, man. But hey, whew, look, this has been fun. I appreciate every one of y'all, man. I appreciate you, Ball Girl, Andre. I appreciate you, Jack Sparrow. I appreciate you, Dale. What was that? Dale Dalman, if I'm not mistaken. Stutter Night Stutter. Who else? Who else on here? I'm trying to go up and see who everybody on here. Yeah, Stutter 92, Bob Franklin. Appreciate you, brother. Jet Set 1906, appreciate you. Rhonda, I know she's been gone for about an hour or so now. Appreciate you. If I ain't said your name, hey, you've been on here. I appreciate every one of y'all, man. But I'm time for me to get on off of here. Golly, I've been on here for 2 hours. But it was fun though. It was fun. It was really fun. But yeah. Um, yeah, man. Like I said, it's only about to be a year doing this. And it's been fun and it's gonna continue to be fun. And hey man, I appreciate every one of y'all, man, for real, man. But yo, your boy got to get on out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta shoot. It's time for me to go ahead and man do one of them GTS. I gotta go to sleep. But yeah, man. Good night to everybody. I appreciate y'all coming to the channel tonight during this live, this impromptu live in regards to Arion Carter. But everybody have a great night. Everybody have a great week. This week, starting. Yeah, I'm not going to work, Ball Girl. I'm supposed to. Man, I ain't going. I PTO'd up out of there. I said, no. I said, hey, I'm on my daughter's schedule and my wife's schedule. They both, one go to school, one work at a school. They both on off tomorrow. Guess what? I'm off too. We're not doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all take care of yourself. And hey, I'm gonna do this live again. But like I said, I'm probably gonna go live on the 24th, and I'm gonna try to keep y'all up to date on that if I do intend on doing that. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But if anything changes, I'll let y'all know. I hope y'all back on the 24th. For the 1 year. But anyway, you know who I am, Blackout Jones. You know where we at, just shooting the sports. And anytime I talk about that power T behind me, the one beside me, and the one that's glowing, you already know what it is. Go Big Orange and go damn Vols. GBO. Let's go.